To implement passwordless authentication in Microsoft Entra ID, follow these step-by-step instructions. Step 1. Plan your deployment. Identify pilot users. Select a group of users to pilot the passwordless authentication method. This allows you to test the implementation before a full rollout. Choose authentication methods. Decide which passwordless methods you will use, such as Microsoft Authenticator, FIDO2 security keys, or Windows Hello for Business. Step 2. Prepare your environment. Prerequisites. Ensure you have the necessary roles assigned. User Administrator for user management and Authentication Administrator for managing authentication methods. Federate applications. Ensure that all applications your users need access to are federated with Entra ID using SAML or OpenID Connect. Step 3. Enable passwordless authentication methods. Access the Azure portal. Go to the Microsoft Entra ID section, navigate to Security, then Authentication Methods. Enable Microsoft Authenticator. Under Authentication Methods, select Microsoft Authenticator. Enable the method for your pilot group. Enable Temporary Access Pass or tap still in the Authentication Methods section. Find and enable the Temporary Access Pass. This method allows users to register their passwordless credentials without needing a password. Step 4. Create an authentication strength. Create new authentication strength. In the Azure portal, navigate to Security, then Authentication Methods, and finally, Authentication Strengths. Click on New Authentication Strength. Name it, for example, Passwordless Authentication, and configure it to include the authentication methods you enabled, like Microsoft Authenticator and TAP. Step 5. Configure conditional access policies. Set up conditional access, go to Security, then Conditional Access, and select Policies in the Azure portal. Click on New Policy and name it, for instance, Require Passwordless Authentication. Under Assignments, select users or groups that will be affected by this policy. Under Cloud Apps or Actions, choose the applications this policy will apply to. Set Grant Controls. In the Grant section, select Require Authentication Strength, then choose your previously created passwordless authentication strength. Step 6. User Registration. Instruct users to register their passwordless method via the Combined Security Information Workflow at aka.ms/mysecurityinfo. For new users, provide them with a temporary access passcode for initial registration. Step 7. Test and rollout. Conduct testing with your pilot group to ensure that everything works as expected. Gather feedback and make any necessary adjustments based on user experience and technical performance. Step 8. Full deployment. Once testing is successful, roll out passwordless authentication to all users in your organization. Monitor usage and adjust policies as needed based on security reports and user feedback. By following these steps, you can successfully implement passwordless authentication in Microsoft Entra ID, enhancing your organization's security posture while improving user experience.